Hey, Tracy Lewis from Stuff and Things. I am going to do my in the bag today. It's probably been over a year. We ended up losing most of our discs, and it took a while to rebuild. Then we went to Florida. We played in Florida, loved it. They had nice courses there. We played in a course north of Claremont that we really liked. And then down in Homestead, there's like a military course that has this long grass and the ground is really uneven. It was horrible. So now we're in Arizona, southern Arizona, and we're playing at Sierra Vista's only disc golf course that's 18 holes, and it's mostly kind of reddish brown dirt and gravel. So the first thing we noticed when we got here and we played was that I play with purple discs. Hub plays with orange discs. My purple discs were almost impossible to find. I have a darker purple Ballista Air, and it just goes a mile and then you can't find it. So I went ahead and regrouped and bought yellow discs for me. I actually graduated from the University of Washington, so purple and gold or purple and yellow are like a good color match for me. So let's look at what's in my bag now. I still use this same small bag, though my discs most of them are gone. This bag was in our vehicle, and my husband's bag was not in the vehicle, so he lost his main backpack and the discs in it. And we had a whole bunch of discs stored underneath our couch of our trailer, and they're gone too. So here we are. The first one I want to talk about, I still approach and putt with the Nova, and I have 5 Novas. I think I'm down to 3 now. This is one of the 2 replacements. Paul Macbeth, as everybody knows, is now no longer with Innova, so these Novas are probably going to be a rare, limited edition, valuable someday, but mine are all beat up. I carry a second one. And then I have mid-ranges. I carry 3. This one's okay, visibility-wise, it's a Buzz. I have an original Nate Doss titanium Buzz that we have now, it was in my bag, and it has now been retired because it's a really good disc, and it does not fly the same as this. This is not quite as straight as that one is. I've now moved on to heavier discs. This one is, oh, it's not labeled. Oh, there it is. It is a 167, 169. So this is actually even lighter than what I have been playing with, as you'll see in a minute. I use it for straight shots. If I need to go further, I can throw off the tee. This is like my favorite platter disc. It just is so straight. I even last week did an approach, and I got it in the basket from at least 50 feet away. And that was pretty exciting. It is written, it is a 180. So it's quite heavy. I love it. I play it a lot. It's actually getting a little bit beat up on the edges because this course is dirt and gravel. I don't play any of my DX materials or the inexpensive materials. They're all the hardest materials we can find. I have been playing with the Discraft Zone as a little bit different approach than the Buzz. I like to have a few in my bag of the variety of the approach discs, but most of the time I play the Rock 3, I will have to say. Okay, so now we're going to have my drivers, starting with my only 7 driver, the Explorer. I like it really well. I played it, this course I have played each of my discs as a primary off the tee one full round. And this disc was okay. It didn't quite, we have a lot of these weird mesquite, thorny trees that you have to, because I'm left-handed, this is definitely a right-handed course. So I have to hyzer over those trees almost every hole. There's probably maybe 3 holes I get to just throw straight. And in that case, I usually throw the rock 3 because this course doesn't have a lot of long straight shots that are clear. I would say that the course is like 220 to 270 feet, and the max is, I think, 278. And so this is okay, but not my favorite. We will get to my favorite. This is a jade, and if I throw off the tee with my favorite disc that I'll show you in a minute, and I have problems with it, and it's not windy, I will pull the jade out. But the jade is just a light disc. I am shifting away. Oh, well, that can't be right. I wrote that it's a 176, but it's a 156. So ignore my writing there, because this is a light disc. And it is a 9. I have a second one, a pink one that I really like. And I have 2 pinks. I had an original white jade, and it was lost. And the replacements play the same as it. I can throw it the farthest if the wind is right. But if there's any wind at all, and I really have to hyzer high over trees, I want a fade that I can count on. And that's what this disc has been my favorite. I really enjoy it. I think I play it the best. It is a full weight. It is a 176. See, the other one I just did wrong. And I have a light Saint as well. Saint Air. And it is, because I'm shifting away, my last light disc is the jade. And I'm phasing it out to these full weights. I get a little more control, I think, on the heavier weights. I don't throw far. I don't think I'll ever throw far. I have had 3 lower spine surgeries, and I'm actually fused, so my rotation is pretty limited. And so I still use these big discs because we're going to go next to these 3. And I really enjoy this one a lot. This is the Ballista full weight. My husband has 2 orange ones and 1 blue Pro. I can't do much with the Pro. It's too dumpy for me with my strength. I'm not strong enough and can't get the rotation right. But this I do. This I actually do quite well with. The Saint is a little bit better. I can control it easier. The Ballista I have to really throw hard to get it to like hyzer exactly where I want it. I just find that the Saint is an easier disc for me to control and manage. And of course, this Ballista is a 14, and I'm definitely underutilizing it. It is a 175. If I have a need to make sure I have a heavy fade at the end, I do carry 2 destroyers. This is the Star Destroyer. It came from my husband. It's light. On the lighter scale of things, it's a 168. I have had some decent luck getting out of some weird positions, weird places using this, and I'll just bring it out. Sometimes because we mostly play practice, and I will bring this out as a second or third shot just for fun, depending on how the Saint goes, if that's my primary for the day. And then I also really like, this is a factory second destroyer in Champion plastic. It's a 171. And this is another one that I can pull out if I want a heavy fade at the end. I just want it to dump really hard. I will use this. And when we go do field practice, I actually throw this and the Ballista the farthest, which is very interesting. I own maybe 6 Star Destroyers. This is my newest one. The others are blue, and the color is okay, but I bought a yellow one to kind of complete my set. I haven't bothered with my mids changing the colors. I like that Rock 3 so well that I will throw that one. If anything, I'd like to get another full weight 180 metal flake Maybe I can look for that in yellow. But other than that, I'm happy with the mids the way they are. And probably 3 of my drivers, the 14s and 12 to 14s, are beyond me. But I still play them and I use them all the time. Just depending on what I have to throw and how I'm going to throw it, I will use them occasionally. And we play now multiple times a week. It gets quite windy here. And when it's windy, it's silly to even try to play. One guy came out on this super windy day where the discs were just going wherever. And we teased him about coming, and he's like, I purposefully came out because of the wind. So he's probably not a casual player like we are. We're very recreational, and we do it just for the exercise and for the fun of it, and work at our own pace. And he probably was more serious about it. In fact, we played that day maybe 5 holes, maybe 8, between 5 and 8 holes, and decided it was silly and we weren't really accomplishing anything, so we left. And that concludes my In the Bag. And Hub's bag is a replacement backpack. Because he throws really far compared to me, he has to play mostly mids, and I will probably get his bag out and share with you what he's using for this particular course. He has a couple of discs that he is trying really hard to make himself learn how to use, and so that's kind of what we do. Even if we don't get along well with a disc, we will try it and keep working at it to see if we can get some control. In fact, this one here was dumping pretty hard on me, and I ended up bringing the next day all of my destroyers, which most of them are the bubble. I don't even know what kind they are. They're metal flake, but they have a bubble rim, kind of like the Boss. And I don't even know what material that is called compared to this, which is the Champion. But throwing all 5 of those, one after the other, and that's all I threw was those. That's when I actually got this one fairly recently and was able to throw it the farthest of any of my discs, which was very interesting. So I'm just probably not doing it correctly by forcing myself to play the heavier discs, but I'm actually liking them. I can throw hard enough now that a light disc like the light jade, if I'm not careful, goes totally Anheuser on me. I'm left-handed, so it goes way off to the left, and that's not what you want, of course. So none of my heavier discs do that to me. They all will do a nice hyzer and then do a hard fade to the right in a pattern that I'm used to and I trust. So that's why I'm phasing out those light discs, because if I get a good throw in that has the speed that they can't handle, they're off to the races, off to the left, and so I'm moving away from them. Anyhow, that's it for me, and I hope you enjoyed seeing my In the Bag. We will be traveling home starting in April, and that means we will have some new courses, and hopefully I have a good bag selection here of replacement discs that I like, and maybe, like I said, that Rock 3 I like so well, I would love to have a second one. We have one that is this material, but I don't think it's as heavy, and it's orange, so that's actually in Hub's bag, and he really likes it, so I can't very well steal his disc. So we're trying to get doubles of everything so that we have backups. I won't be able to carry them all in my bag, though, because my bag only holds like 10 discs. So, thanks for watching.